Welcome to the AfterBuzz After Show Blacklist Redemption season finale. Looks like Howard's evil. We'll talk about that next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Stab, stab.
Stab, stab. Ice pick, ice pick.
Ice pick, ice pick.
It's better than a pen to the neck.
It is. Very, very Fatal Attraction.
Yes.
Flash. No. Basic Instinct.
Yes.
Flash, Gone Girl.
Loved it.
Yeah, that's cool. Welcome to the Blacklist AfterBuzz After Show.
Good song.
Redemption. Not a bad song. Episode number 8.
Yep.
The season finale.
Season finale.
Of the 8-episode run of Blacklist Redemption that had its ups and downs, I would say.
The season or the episode?
The
or
season.
both?
I think the season had its ups and downs.
Yeah.
I think I mostly landed on I really liked it.
Yeah.
I think I like what they did there. A lot of twists and turns in this finale. We got most of everything kind of wrapped up. Most of our questions of like, what the F is Trevor? What's my man's name?
Trevor / Dan.
Trevor / Dan doing this whole time.
I knew it.
I
knew it.
And then what's the significance of old Cat? You know,
I called it from the get-go. The second her
Right.
sweet little British blonde blue-eyed face popped up, I was like,
Yeah. Oh, thanks for putting the live chat up.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys. Hey Golden Toe and the gang. If you're joining us live, Andrew Martin, Golden Toe. Thank you so much for joining us live and for listening to us delayed on iTunes. Thanks for listening and downloading. And what else?
New computer?
Oh, new computer. Yeah, this is not. Yeah, I didn't get it back. I got a new computer.
Oh.
It's actually
Fancier new computer?
It's actually property of Viacom. It's a work computer, but
Oh.
it's mine. It's mine for now until Viacom takes it back from me. But yeah, it's a new computer. Thanks guys for asking. So yeah, what else? Oh, so Trevor, yeah. So you call it from the get-go.
From the get-go, both of them.
Yeah.
I knew there was something fishy going on.
Super fishy.
Super fishy.
So let's talk about this. So we I don't say I'm confused, but I gotta say throughout the course of the episode or the series, I got pretty convinced that good old Dad Howard was a good guy, and at the end, even though it was revealed that he'd been, you know, him and old Freddie Whitehall have been working together the whole time, and they're working on the prototype, it didn't necessarily convince or say to me that Howard's evil. But although that's what we're supposed to assume, right? Or do we know?
As of now, Howard is the bad guy. Howard is the villain. Howard set up this entire elaborate plan to frame Scotty.
Right, but did he do that because he thinks? I mean, what? This is what I'm confused about. I mean, I know what at face value.
You mean like going way back?
What's
like
the motivation?
Why he's
Because they were in
this.
love and everything was great, and then so
He gives some speech at some convention about how quantum computing in the wrong hands.
he flies his plane, he fakes his own death,
Yeah.
and this is all part of an elaborate ruse to decredit and
Yes.
to decredit Scotty. So including and starting with crashing his own plane.
Why did he need Tom?
This is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
This is a lot. This is a giant Homeland board style plan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, I know we're not supposed to dig too deep into this stuff, but I'm just trying to figure out when he's sketching out the plan. When old Howard's sketching out the plan, first step 1, fake my death. Step 2, get my long lost son, who no one knows about, on my side and convince him through my boards that I've clearly worked hard on, presumably to just convince Tom, because the boards aren't real because he already has a plan. Mm-hmm. Presumably.
But I mean, how far back does this go? Does this go back to when he was he just faking being crazy so Scotty would get the board to disavow him so she could take control, so then he could frame her for faking or for tampering with his plane? Like, is that how far back we're going?
I just feel like if we really take a good look at this timeline and a good look at this plan, a good look at everything that Howard said, I'm not sure that it must match up. I'm not sure it matches. That doesn't make sense. Does it?
Not really, but it was fun to watch.
It's fun to watch. Okay, because that's an elaborate plan.
It goes
It's a lot of
way
things.
back.
It's hitting a lot of a lot of green lights to make sure this plan went, perfectly.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. Everything is all great. All the loose ends were tied up. The only thing that was never tied up was this sort of throwaway mention by Howard that Scotty may be a Russian implant, a Russian plant.
And I actually thought that was one of the most exciting reveals on the show. I was like, this is a genius idea.
They killed Scotty. They replaced her with a Russian plant.
Yes.
Russia has been kind of floating around the
We've been
Blacklist
talking about
universe.
it forever, you and I, since the episode of Independence Town, USA.
So apparently that's not true.
I was like, this is a great episode to sort of set this up.
Right. So that's not true, right?
Apparently not.
And not even...
And never even mentioned again.
It was just sort of a thing that Howard was pulling out of his ass. It's just sort of like, maybe she's a Russian. I don't know.
I mean, the comic books...
All
the
right.
comic books a way of communication between Whitehall and Howard?
Maybe. I feel like I need to watch the entire series again.
Knowing what we know now.
Yes. And it's one of those, usual suspects.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you gotta go back and watch it again knowing the truth.
Yeah.
And seeing, if you watch it again knowing that Howard is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Or Howard's lying from day one, then maybe there's different.
There's clues everywhere, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think out there? I mean, Andrew Martin, Golden Toe, is this elaborate plan? Is it wash with you guys? Andrew, maybe we'll get the rest of the Russian spy playoff on the Blacklist.
Maybe.
Who knows? But I want to know. I mean, look, this is also 8 episodes. There's no word on if it's going to come back or not.
Don't know yet.
I mean, what do you think? Do you think it should come back? Do you want to see the result? I mean, do you feel like, I've had enough? Or do you want to see more of these folks? Give it to me. Give it to me real.
Give it to you straight?
Give it to me straight.
Yeah, I mean, the intrigue is pretty high now.
Right.
Now that we're really, we've spent 8 hours now really breaking it down and trying to get to the bottom of this. And,
Right.
True to Blacklist fashion, they give us some answers, and then give us a shit ton more questions. So that leaves you hanging. But, I mean, I will say if this does not come back for a season 2, which I do hope it does.
Right.
But if it doesn't come back for a season 2, I'm pretty satisfied with the arc that this season ran.
I do.
Everything's tied up in a nice, pretty little bow for me.
I do like the model, though. Let's just zooming out from a business standpoint. Oh, the ratings were poor, Golden Toe, huh? I didn't check the ratings. Ratings were no good. That's no good. I also think that zooming out from this, it makes I just like the business model they did. If they want to try out a series, spinning it off and keeping it in the time slot of the Blacklist. So that, there's instead of going to reruns or going to another show, you try the spin-off in that time period.
Smart.
So you're in the same universe, you have the same fans, but if Blacklist fans didn't show up for Blacklist Redemption, then who else is going to watch it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I wonder.
Maybe they'll try a Blacklist Redemption for Wrestler, and a Blacklist Redemption for Smar, and a Blacklist Redemption for Aram.
The only one I can
See
pull
what
it off
they
is
could
Aram.
do for 8 episodes.
Yes. They give Aram a 8-episode spin-off.
Yeah.
I'd watch the crap out of that. So the other thing is, maybe if it doesn't work, how does this get resolved? I mean, I know they're sort of suggesting someone, Golden Toe, maybe suggesting that they can absorb this, this storyline into the Blacklist and sort of resolve it there. And also, does Ryan Eggold, Tom King, go back to the Blacklist?
Yeah, that's what I
business
was
as
wondering
usual?
too. Does he go back to Lizzie?
I mean, he referenced
And we just
that.
don't really even talk about it anymore.
Yeah. That was weird. You were gone for 6 months.
Weird couple months.
Yeah. Well, you're back now. How's your
Agnes's
dad?
birthday party.
My dad's great. My mom's in jail. What's Red got cooking? What's up with Red?
Back to business as usual. Missed you, Lizzie.
Or he's just back to being Mr. Mom. He's back, holding Spagnus, feeding him, her.
Yeah, this
while
was
Lizzie
a
does
gamble.
stuff.
This was a big fat gamble for Ryan Eggold.
Yeah.
How do you come back from this?
I tell you what, it was. I think ranking this for a little bit. I thought Eggold was quite good in this.
Oh yeah,
I
me too.
thought he was. I think he's a credible lead.
Ryan Eggold and Solomon.
Yeah.
Tom and Solomon. That should be the next spinoff. Let's try that instead.
Yeah, I think that Eggold was strong. I think Howard was strong. I think Scotty was strong.
Yeah.
Some strong people. I mean, obviously the weak links for me.
sure.
Kat, Trevor. We now think Nez.
Yeah.
Dumont was strong. No?
I don't know.
I
He
wasn't given
started
enough
off
to
strong,
do.
and then he sort of got a little old.
I mean, they didn't give enough to do. Wasn't that what you could do when you're banging on computers and very intensely like, we've got to fix this right now.
I don't know.
Crack the firewall.
You know how I love Aram.
Rom's good at it. I think Dumont's good at it too. But
No, he is
I
good at
guess
it. Just
a
his
flawed-
little stickiness.
Yeah, I think it's just a flawed sort of character, the hacker
They
guys.
drew. Yeah.
I mean,
That was fun.
Nothing much to do. Okay, so we'll see if it comes back, but let's get into this episode. So immediately we do the same device, which is the 12 hours earlier. We see a bloody cat, clutching on to what we now know as the thumb drive, USB drive, and running through the streets.
Bloody as F.
Now, did that...
It was not looking so good.
So is that kind of spoilery when you do that? Because when you're watching the whole episode and it's getting down to like the last, 8 minutes of the episode, you're like, well, where's Bloody Cat gonna come from? Did you know? Because when I saw that, I'm like, where's Bloody Cat? Bloody Cat. I'm like, oh, effing Trevor.
Bloody Cat.
Bloody Cat. Bloody Cat. Bloody Cat.
What are they stabbing you with? Bloody Cat. Bloody Cat. It's not your fault.
It's Trevor's. Boy Toy Trevor. Thank you. Did you? This is like. Did you watch Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
Did you see the junior high school performance bit they did? Well, they did the play, the musical.
What musical did they do?
They did Reese Witherspoon. Legally Blonde.
Oh my God! Yes, of course I saw that. I was dying.
That's great.
Thank you.
Anyway, that was us right now. So
that was us right now.
It's mumbling, singing. Anyway, we digress.
Oh my God, you guys.
Yeah, that's great.
It was really funny.
Anyway, that's it for theater kids and people who
nerds like me.
Yes. Anyway, back to the Blacklist
Redemption. That show.
So
We digress.
But no, I'm asking you, was that when you saw that, were you waiting the whole episode to see or did you forget about
I
Bloody
really
Cat?
couldn't imagine how she was going to become Bloody Cat.
Right.
Throughout the episode, I was like, I don't see how she's gonna be Bloody Cat. I thought it was fun. I liked it.
Okay. All right. I felt a little like, Trevor.
I liked it way more than when they did it last week with Tom all beat up and 3 hours earlier.
Yeah.
I was like, why did you need to do that?
Again, there's no way to do anything but that because there's no more missions.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to tease other than,
I thought it was fun.
That's not the best way to do
I didn't mind it. I wasn't mad at
best
it.
way to do the cold open. Okay, so then we get in and it's back to Howard's of explaining
12 hours earlier.
Yeah. And then Howard's explaining, continuing to explain quantum computing, much to your delight.
Yes, like, eating that up.
Which is, even our good friend Jody Walker wrote about it. She's like, oh, God. She's having hardness. She's on your team. With the quantum computing already. Like, we get it.
You're killing me.
We'll never get it. So quit explaining it to us.
But I mean, that was the best explanation that I've seen yet on the show of what the risks were with quantum computing.
I gave last week on this
well,
show?
yours was pretty detailed.
Okay. All right. Hello, Cassandra Sellers. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so I don't know. Okay, so Howard's in there. He's giving the explanation. They're trying to figure out what's going on.
His plan is to go through the front so they could launch a tactical effort, assault through the back. But they need a team.
They need a team. So
and Nez, I know some drug dealers.
Yeah, I mean, but look, drug dealers are drug dealers.
Like what?
And gangsters are gangsters. But these guys seem to be sort of like, these weren't your average drug dealers. For number one, number two, they seem like they're like highly trained, tactical. Like what kind of drug operations going on over there?
I don't know.
That's I know they're trying to be politically correct and they want to show a bunch of Latinos or black folks, but I mean, come on. I don't know who these guys were. They look more like SEAL Team 6 than some drug dealers.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. So anyway.
But whatever.
But they got them.
They got them.
And
high risk, low probability of success.
Yes.
Drug dealers.
They're also very very sophisticated, because they were able to recognize the payment that Howard was offering them, which were the super rare
Toffeite?
Yeah,
A million times scarcer than diamonds.
Yeah, apparently.
$4,000 a carat, which didn't sound like that much. $4,000 a carat.
Well, yeah, if you got like a 10-carat ring or 10-carat rock of Toffeite, what's it called?
Toffeite?
Toffee.
Saltwater toffee.
Anyway, it's rare.
Yes.
And it's expensive.
And they looked cool.
And they look cool.
I'll take a couple of those.
I mean, I'm not saying the sophistication of drug dealers, but look, I mean, if it's me and it's like, yo, I got some toffee for you. It's really hot. I'd be like, yo, give me some cash, dude.
Yeah, man.
Like, give me some diamonds, some cash. No. Trust me. Toffee way better. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm going to go with cash. Like, yeah, whatever. But it's fine. But $4 million payday is what this thing calculated out, which is fine.
Not mad.
Anyway, so they take the payment. They go in. So at this point, are we like? I was thoroughly confused, and I was really torn between both sides. But were you, because it's our job to kind of like watch as this thing unfolds. We're also kind of thinking ahead. Mm-hmm. Were you going back and forth? Is it Scotty? Is it Howard? Is it Scotty? Is it Howard? Or did you think maybe there's someone else, a third party?
During that sort of that boardroom debate, I was like, oh, maybe Scotty is bad. Right. Oh, maybe Howard's being the dick here.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't quite have it figured out, but he was so smug.
Yeah.
That I was like, he's a bad guy. But then she was so panicked. I was like, oh wait, she must be the bad guy.
Yeah.
So I guess they played it off pretty well.
They did, especially when Scotty had to go to the board and she does her like blackmail tactics, like shows a board member his
wife doing coke.
His wife doing coke everywhere, and it's like, look, you're on my side. I mean, she's doing what she has to do to ensure. That felt like an evil move, but it's also a Red Reddington move. It's also sort of like, I just got to do what I got to do to ensure that stays out of Howard's hands.
Well, Red Reddington's not really a good guy either.
No,
lest we forget.
And this is my prediction of how they're maybe setting up Howard. Maybe Howard's more gray than bad. I mean, did you really get like he's an evil mastermind? That's what you got?
I kind of got evil mastermind.
Okay.
That's exactly what I got.
Based on he said like 3 words. He said
based on this elaborate crazy plan that he's put forward.
Are we on schedule? Is that what he said? What did he say?
Where are we?
Where are we?
We are operational.
We are operational. I'm evil. I don't know.
He built a quantum computer.
Maybe to help quantum compute for good. Maybe he wants to solve global warming.
Maybe.
Maybe he wants to.
Well, I mean, Dr. Whitehall was pretty in their little back and forth with the exchange between he and Scotty. He was like, think of all the good quantum computing can do.
Yeah.
Cure diseases, blah, 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 blahs.
You think he was lying just to get to, but actually I really want to do evil with Howard.
I don't know. I mean, he was doing evil a little bit. And that he
was
was part of this plan.
Okay. I don't know. I'm really, I mean, I guess it's laid out pretty plainly in front of me. But for some reason, I'm just so far, like, maybe I'm with Tom. Like, it can't be, my dad can't be bad.
I don't know. I still don't know why he had to go through all of this if he was running the company already and he already had Whitehall.
Why kill himself?
I don't know.
Because
to expose Scott. Like, why did Scotty have to go down? Why not just kill her or convince her to, like, join your team?
And then also, Scotty found out about Whitehall, that Howard was diverting Whitehall, which is why she knew about that, but she never killed because of it. This is all weird. Here's the other thing. Remember when they went to go rescue, we find out that Whitehall is a guy, like he's a man, Freddie Whitehall, whatever. Mm-hmm. When they find out he's a man, there was that exchange between
where they hugged.
Howard and Whitehall. And it's like, are you being held against your will? Well, yes, I am. Well, then come with us. Like, if it's all part of the plan, why didn't you just be like,
maybe he already had Whitehall, and then maybe Scotty kidnapped Whitehall and put him in that basement to keep him away from Howard?
But if he knew Howard already, why was he so hesitant to go with Howard? Like, Howard had to convince him to come with him.
I don't know. All part of the plan. All to do it in front of Tom.
Like, when Tom get
Tom
captured,
can join the evil empire.
When Tom gets here, pretend like you don't know me. That's in the board. I sketched this whole thing out. I don't know.
Well, I guess because the whole time, I guess they had to because
Whitehall,
the whole time he was.
Whitehall.
I like Freddie Whitehall.
I like Freddie.
The whole time he was convincing Tom that he had no idea what Whitehall was in order to get Tom to help him break Whitehall out.
Right.
So he couldn't know that it was a guy.
Okay. That's true.
So they had to play that off.
Okay, fine.
Well, don't pout about it.
No, I was okay.
Fine.
So they get in. So they bring the team in, and they're trying to figure out a way to get inside Halcyon again. And of course, it is Howard, who comes up with another techie plan, which we talked about the cool tables that can read stuff.
Yeah,
And we
smart
like
table,
that.
smart glass.
Table, smart glass, and that you slide stuff around.
That was cool.
Yeah. Hey, I was side note. I was at the Wynn in Encore in Vegas, and in the Encore they have a new lounge, which is a very cool lounge there, and it's like they have games and stuff that you can play, and they have a bunch of smart tables. And the smart tables you can play video games, you can watch TV on them, you can serve drinks, and you can play games in this little lounge area. It's the coolest thing.
That's
ever.
fun.
You can slide stuff around.
Let's go there.
We should go there.
Okay.
Anyway, smart table. The QC code, QR code.
I don't know.
QC.
Really, you're asking me?
All right. Now, I liked it. I love the idea. 100,000, calculating 100,000 games of chess at the same time.
Yeah, simultaneously.
Now is that enough to overheat the Halcyon servers?
I guess. Think of all the possible moves for any game of
For
chess.
100,000 moves of chess
Simultaneously.
I guess so. I'll buy that.
Yeah, I bought it.
Okay.
Totally bought it, and I liked
the servers. Gets in there.
Overheats servers in order to enable the cooldown system.
Right, which allows the drug dealers to get in.
Yeah, through the air vents.
Which is all cool. Good Solomon episode again.
Always a good Solomon episode.
Solomon had some good stuff going on there, right? A couple good monologues. He had a good farewell thing at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, that was very good. And I like how
Solomon's smart.
Super
smart. He knows everything that's going on. He's not just like a hired hitman.
No.
He knows all the tech jargon. He understands the servers. He knows the ins and outs of Halcyon. He really is Scotty's right hand man.
Yep. Yeah, he's great. So they get in. They disrupt. Scotty's doing the board thing. Howard gets in and disrupts the board and says, "It's not you, it's me." Or it's not. Don't believe Scotty. Believe me.
Yeah.
Making two pretty good convincing cases here. And Howard's also convincing in that, like, what is the deal also with Howard with his whole deal with, making sure, I guess he just can't go in and spray down the board a la Reddington style. He's not going to go in and just kill the whole board.
Like, what was his
I'm in control now.
Was it just to prove that?
He did this whole ruse of like, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help you. Don't worry. It's all for your safety.
Put the whole system on lockdown.
Yeah, whole system on lockdown. We're going to prove that Scotty's bad.
It was all just so we can get Whitehall to talk to the board.
Right.
So it was a race for time. I guess it was a race for time
by
keeping Scotty locked in that boardroom that she couldn't get to Whitehall.
So they did get Whitehall in there.
Because Solomon shot her out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Did get Whitehall in there.
Yeah.
And, by the way, I like the touch that they didn't have any real bullets.
Oh, yeah.
So they had to dart everyone.
A lot of dart guns.
A lot of darts. How does that work? Is it like a I don't know how to dart. It's like what do you call it?
Looked pretty instantaneous, too.
They're like, darts? Yeah.
Do you have to reload every time?
Exactly. And also, don't you have to get him in the neck or get him somewhere where you can get right to the...
I don't know.
Does a dart in the ass knock you out instantly?
Well,
dart in the shoulder?
Animals.
It takes them a while. You dart an animal, they walk around for a while.
Yeah.
They look around.
Not these darts. Not Halcyon darts.
Halcyon darts are like...
Sophisticated darts.
Like if it hits you in the thigh, or you still out. Anyway, who cares? They're darting everyone up. I like that. I like to see Nez and Tom in action. That was cool. I know. All that was all convincing and all great. They did get Whitehall out. Whitehall did have the explanation. He did sort of was able to explain, what this is about and let them believe him. I did like that one. My man did get out and to talk to Scotty and say, I don't know what's going on in there, but Howard's pretty convincing.
Oh, when they're on the run.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you better get out of here because it's looking bad for you. Mm-hmm. I like that.
I like that too.
And Scotty was they got them at the same store. Super spy dart guns that knock you out. They must come out the same store. A wrestler had the super SUV. It's a standard FBI issue. So I did like the scene with the final standoff with Nez and Solomon had their standoff, which I thought was quite good. And then also
his quote from Moby Dick. He's also quite well read.
He's quite well read.
He is Ishmael.
He's Ishmael.
That
was all dope. And then I did like Tom kind of hugging, stopping Scotty. It's over.
I hated that.
It's over. She's like, oh.
I hated that so much.
Why did you hate it so much, Julia? She just
like that was the grand moment that they had where he wrestles her to the ground and she's lying in his lap and it was a blessing and a curse and now you really know how I feel. I never stopped loving you.
She's
and
right.
if you know that that's how much I love you, how could you believe that you couldn't possibly believe that that's the kind of person that I am? Yeah.
She's right.
She was right, but
Heck,
the whole scene just really bothered me. The whole
right.
like cheek to cheek, heavy breathing, lying on the ground. It was
supposed to be
awkward.
sexy?
And then like awkward when they stood up. Like it was an awkward moment.
Yeah, what's it supposed to be like? I mean, they're so not mother-son material.
No.
Like we're getting back into that Bates Motel kind of like, I don't know.
I just didn't like it. It
incestuous.
was really like anticlimactic for me.
All right, fair enough. It was anticlimactic, but I thought it was a nice moment.
Did you?
Kinda. I don't know. Now you're talking me out of it. Maybe it was kind of corny.
It was ridiculous.
But they let him go. They let her go, and they then they had the whole FBI interrogation. Now here's my question: why the f did they
Wait.
bring in? Well, go ahead.
Before that, we have to talk about the lab she found.
Oh,
Yeah.
duh. She found the lab
Found the lab.
with a big quantum computer.
And they're like, oh, hey, Scotty.
Hey, Scotty. Yep.
You hired me. You've been paying me for 3 months.
Like, I've never seen you before in my life. Of course you have. So they're all in it too?
Yes.
Or are they just going based on the?
They're all in on it.
all
She's
the
been
scientists
framed.
are in on it? Are the scientists just going based on what they see in reports? Because they didn't go, good to see you again, Scotty. Like, you made me lunch the other day. I think it's like maybe I guess what I'm getting at is, did the scientists just go by the checks are signed by Scotty?
I don't know. He was pretty like, Scotty?
Right.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. All right.
It was a very like, you know me moment.
And I like, you can see the wheels turning in Solomon's head. He's kind of trying to assess this. He's like, wait a minute.
Wait.
Do you not know any of these people? And he believes her. He's so low to
does.
Scotty. He's like, okay, I actually believe you. This is weird. Too weird for me. I'm out.
Yeah.
But he did lay down cover fire and,
Uh-huh.
and get her out of there. And then he got out. And that was
I
also
did like
very
that
cool.
last moment between he and Nez after his speech of Nez screaming, I'll find you. And he goes,
Yeah.
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
I was like, God, I love you, Solomon. Come back soon, please.
Give him his own goddamn show.
Yes. Well,
God.
Solomon and Tom. That's what I want.
That's I would like that. I did like the cool way he laid down cover fire too, a little.
Lay down the cover fire and then
Yep.
trick Nez by having his phone with
Yeah.
You know?
He's like, hello, it's me. Yeah. Solomon's got all the tricks, man.
Solomon's the best.
Yeah. And it's impeccably dressed the whole goddamn time.
He's the best.
Love this guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here's what I want to know.
Okay.
When oh yeah, I was going against Scotty. When Tom said, I didn't trust you until now, then he cuffed her. I like that mom. I did like that sort of mom-son moment. I like that too, Christina Sellers. Well, here's what I want to know. They call him the FBI. Where's Wrestler Navabi? Who's this jerk off we got?
It's Wrestler Navabi. That's right.
Bring in Wrestler Navabi to get to the bottom of
Always.
this. Bring in Liz, who's the goddamn profiler. You think Liz?
She could get to the bottom of this.
Liz will take one look at Scotty and be like, she's telling the truth.
Yep.
Let me call my wife. She knows
Oh,
how to do
speaking
this.
of Liz the profiler, she was all Team Daddy though when she met Howard last episode or two
Yeah.
episodes, whenever that was.
But she should be able to look Scotty
Sorry,
in the eye.
he just has your eyes. I mean, oh, Howard, I'm so happy to meet you.
Boo.
And she didn't see through the. Thank you for making my son so happy.
She wanted it to be true. But get Lizzie in there, put her in a room with Scotty, let her use her profile powers, let Scotty look deep into those eyes of Lizzie's and see what? And see something.
Stop hitting the table. You're so mad at the table. What if this was smart class? Could give us all the answers then.
Anyway, they bring in this other guy, who seems capable enough, and he puts everyone through the ringer, asks all the right questions. And then at that point, I finally got, that's when it all started to come together when they're asking Cats in there. And
Yeah.
And she, these payments don't make sense. Well, because at that moment, it's like, if Scotty didn't make these, the only one who had access to them were Cat. Then that kind of leaves Cat as the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of a cool moment where they're like, oh, clearly Cat did it. Cat. She's in league with Trevor. This is all makes sense. And she ran to the car and opened the laptop and frantically looked, and she was like, oh, there she is. She's the bad person.
duped.
No, but it didn't read as that.
Oh, really?
It read as that to me, like she's looked at the things and realized that, like, and like she was part of the plan. Like, ha ha ha, I did do it. I think, or did you think in that moment?
Trevor.
Okay, then she thought, oh my God, it's Trevor.
Yeah.
By the way, Trevor, this guy has no shirts. He lives in a hotel. Trevor, man.
Trevor has Made in the Shade.
Best acting gig in
Made in the Shade.
He's got to lie in the bed. Like, hey, baby, good to see you again. I knew you'd come back. Hey. I mean, at this point, isn't Trevor informed that the jig is up? Is he like, does Howard get on the horn with Trevor? Trevor, stand down. Trevor, look out for Kat. Trevor's in the dark. Trevor's got to get the news from Kat.
I don't think Howard thought that Kat would figure it out.
Well, maybe Howard didn't. Well, Howard did know about Kat.
Well, yeah.
So did Howard have Trevor seduce Kat?
Yeah, because it wasn't working on Scotty.
Well, does Trevor's seduction game just include being shirtless and half covered in a bed?
Yes.
He didn't really. Okay, I don't know. I don't know how.
Pretty much. Seems to work.
Is that a seduction game? I mean, like, I don't know, because he didn't put much work in. He kind of just said.
I think he put some work in.
Well, I mean, afterwards he put some work in, but he pretty much just said, maybe we could have lunch sometime. And Kat's like, okay. I don't know. My seduction game is not anywhere near as strong as Trevor's game. No, I need a little more than lying in a bed with half covered and saying like, "Hey, good to see you." Before I'm giving up, before I'm in the chick's laptop and switching phones.
I did like the switching phones thing. I thought that was just a fun device to uncover for Scotty to figure out that Kat had been sleeping with Trevor. I liked that it was like a double whammy.
Yeah.
The switching of the phones.
And I also, that was weird. Yeah, I do agree that Kat, when she found the truth, she can't go to Tom. She can't go to anyone else. She runs straight to the apartment by herself.
It was ridiculous.
And like, I know you're bad, Trevor.
And then like, let me pull up this computer for you. And let me show you exactly where the discrepancies are and how I'm going to prove to everyone that it was you. But I haven't told anyone yet.
What do you have to say for yourself, Trevor? Like, no. No. You bring, Rumpf. You bring a attack team. You bring Tom. You bring Nez. You work at Halcyon, for Christ's sake. Yeah. I don't know. It's a little backwards. I mean, she did go straight to Tom, but she might have called Tom ahead of time. Well, she couldn't really
go to Tom. Well, maybe she didn't know. Well, I don't know.
She says, Tom, something's off here. I gotta tell you, I've been sleeping with this guy who's also sleeping with her. Yeah. These are the dates they match up. Yeah. Something's weird. I'm gonna go check it out. I need you and Nez to back me up in case I get stabbed. Yeah. But she didn't do that.
She didn't do that.
But she went there and did the whole thing. Rumpf. She did the whole thing, and dude.
Stabbed her.
That was a little
stab.
That was surprisingly violent and crazy for that last scene.
Yeah, I didn't think Kat had it in her.
No, and then she beat the crap out of him and then continued to beat him. But he's dead, right? She killed Trevor. He can't survive that.
I don't know. I don't think so.
There's blood flying out. Yeah. There's a lot of
Yeah. And they showed his bloody head too, all mangled and gnarly.
That's like, we get it, Blacklist Redemption. We saw the blood splatter.
Oh, I love it.
All right.
You know me.
Yeah. So
I do like the sort of foreshadowing of the ice pick as well with Scotty.
Oh, that's true.
When they were talking about it. She goes, I don't want to talk about it because I might just wind up stabbing you with that ice pick.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that ice pick.
The ice pick came back.
And then like a close up on the ice pick.
Yeah. Very, very, whatever. So, Trevor's down. Kat opts not to use the phone. Not to use, Facebook Messenger. Not to use any secure Halcyon transmission.
Nope.
But
just work her way across town.
Works her way across town, presumably
in front of a bunch of kids.
In front of a bunch of kids.
Been stabbed twice with an ice pick.
Doesn't take a cab. Doesn't jump on the subway.
No, I'm just gonna hoof it.
Doesn't passcode. Doesn't collect $200.
Probably in heels.
All the way in heels, bloody, and makes it to Tom's door.
Just in time to collapse.
Just in time to collapse.
What is this? The truth.
The truth. That's all she's got. She's kind of like, actually, I was sleeping with this guy Trevor, who's also sleeping with Scotty, and all the things or whatever. They're on this hard drive.
Oh, they're like star-crossed lovers in a weird way.
The truth. Anyway. Tom has the truth.
Yep.
Howard's a master manipulator bad guy.
Yep.
So that's how they end this thing.
Well, no, and then we see that Howard has the whole prototype, and then the reveal
Yes.
of Dr. Whitehall
being there
in cahoots.
in cahoots the whole time.
Yes.
So I will ask again. Let's go to predictions right now.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay.
Kind of fun to listen to.
We're like, I never listened to the
mesmerizing.
entire drop. You sort of hypnotized me there.
Yeah, I kind
Very-
of forgot where I was for a
Very
minute.
well produced, the predictions.
Whoa.
Anyway,
Oh my god, I was so into that.
completely mesmerized.
Yeah, both of us.
All right. So, okay. So, question is, for you.
Okay.
So where does this go? We kind of talked before. So Tom has the info. He takes the info. For all of us Blacklist fans, wow, how does this continue on the Blacklist? Tom has to go and be figuring this out.
Well,
we
maybe
had Tom already on the floor spreading out, finding his dad.
Yeah.
He's got to be a side plot is him checking the hard drive. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they're gonna do
Maybe
this.
if
We don't have to wait
maybe.
until season 2 of the Blacklist Redemption, which may or may never happen.
Well, I guess the way that he can take it to the Blacklist proper is by taking it to our FBI, our Blacklist FBI, meaning
Yes.
Samar and Wrestler and Cooper and Lizzie and Aram, and that could just sort of be, if there is no Blacklist Redemption season 2, he can return as Tom Keen, sort of working this
Yes.
separately.
Well, it is a 2-hour premiere, so maybe they've got to bring that in.
Well, we have a princess party to attend.
We do.
Are you going to be wearing your tiara?
Which I thought was weird because you don't wear tiaras as a man at a princess party, right?
Don't you? You have
So
a gaggle of daughters.
I have a gaggle of daughters, and for every
You're
princess
telling
party,
me you've never worn a tiara?
I've never worn a tiara. There's tiaras for all the guests. There's tiaras for everyone. I have a scepter.
Daddy, wear a tiara.
I have a scepter.
Daddy. That never happened.
Scepter. Well, okay, if that happens, you put it on and you go, but you don't,
So you wore a tiara.
but you don't tell all your guests. What are you right now? You Lizzie Keen? Are you interrogating me? So you're saying you wore the tiara?
You have a gaggle of
It's funny you should say that, Braz. I have a photo right here on Facebook with you wearing a
I feel
tiara.
like I probably would have a photo of you with a tiara at some point in our friendship
Like,
here.
what is going on? Okay. I don't know, but the whole thing of wear your tiara, that was kind of strange.
I thought it was sweet, actually. It was nice.
So all in all, what's your grade here of
Oh,
the Blacklist
grade.
Redemption?
B?
B? I give it a solid B.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
with the-
waffled between a B- and a B, but I really like Solomon, so that bumps you up to a B.
we got 4 episodes of missions.
Yeah.
And then 4 episodes of
Couple
sort of
good
like,
missions, couple really crappy missions.
couple crappy missions, couple good missions. This whole backstory seemed to pay off. I mean, they did sort of lay the breadcrumbs of stuff with Trevor and Kat. All these questions like, what the hell's up with this Trevor and Kat thing? All played out
Yeah.
for the end. The only thing that did not get resolved is the Russian. Russian.
I
bit.
really wish they had pursued it. It sounded like so much fun.
It sounded like fun, a little far-fetched, a little LA Confidential, but I'll take it. I don't know. That's all we got.
That's it. Season 1 in the bag.
Season 1 in the bag. You guys. Oh, I like to. Yeah, maybe Mr. Kaplan will be back next week. We can figure that out.
Yeah.
When will we
Return
see
of
the
Flippo.
return of Flippo? I imagine
Oh.
Flippo will be back. Flippo's gonna try not to come back. He's gonna say like, "I thought we were done. I thought that was it."
I love
But-
how your Flippo is quite the Jerry Seinfeld.
What is the deal with the Blacklist?
But it's kind of
I'm
true.
Joe Flippo. I think that he will be back. And yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. I don't know. We have to
don't
talk
know
about
yet.
that.
So back to the Blacklist for just some housekeeping here. We are still deciding whether we're going to do this on Monday or go back to Friday. It will likely be back on Friday because it makes the most sense. But we will keep you guys posted for that. We'll tweet that
tweet
out
it out.
and figure it out. But thank you for sticking with us, you loyal folks, through the Blacklist Redemption.
It's been fun.
It's been fun, and we'll get back to it on Blacklist next week to our premiere, and go from there.
Where do we find you?
You can find me, Joe Braswell, at Joe K. Braswell on Instagram and Twitter. Where can we find you, Julia?
You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter with my name, Juliacearley.
That's right.
Boom.
Boom.
Oh, my glasses are over there. Why didn't you tell me?
I don't know. We're out of here. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.